Hi, this is Lisa from the Northwest Room, and today I would like to just show you how to use our online Ancestry Library Edition access to use the census records to look up some more information about who lived in a particular home. I'm going to be showing you information about North Everett properties right now. Just to start, there's some resources that I put online on the library's Northwest pages. If you navigate over to Northwest History and then Researching Buildings, and then Library Building History Resources, and I've uploaded these precincts maps. Just for the sake of this demo, I've got one saved to my desktop and I'm going to kind of toggle back and forth to it, but you can click on either of these and leave them open in a tab, and it's just as easy for you to use them. We cover this in another video, but accessing Ancestry.com, you can do that through the Find, e-resources, and then databases, and Ancestry. Check the other video to see how to get started with that. Here's the homepage of Ancestry, and the census records are down here. 1910 is going to be here. And to narrow down what you're looking for, you've got this right-hand side. There's some things you've got to select to dial it in. So first you want to put in the state, which is Washington, county, which is Snohomish, and the township by ward. This is the thing you're going to need those maps for. So I'm going to toggle over to the map. I'm going to be looking at a property on Lombard. So I'm going to go with this section here that's Ward 5-1. The 1 isn't so important for what we're doing here. That's not really connected to anything that you need for this research. And so I have a Ward 5, and then you can select your numeration districts. So that's just the path that the person who collected the data used to walk up and down the streets. So we don't have a number that correlates with that right now. So I'm clicking the top one here. And it'll just take a second to load, and there's going to be some pop-ups that I like to minimize because it's easier to work with the record without them. And I also like to zoom it in a little bit just so you can read a little bit more easily because it is in cursive. Things have been indexed electronically, though it wasn't done by human eyes, so sometimes you'll see there's some mistakes in there. There was one in my last video that was pretty obvious, but maybe we'll find another one here. The street name is always going to be on the left-hand side, and think about it as someone walking up and down block by block going to doors. Usually you'll see the numbers in succession on the one side of the street. You won't see them zigzagging back and forth across the street. And sometimes, they may have gone and knocked on a door and the person wasn't home, so they'll have to come back later to see if they could contact that person. So you've got Oaks, right here you've got 2620 Lombard, and it looks like, I'm guessing, well, Crowfoot is how they're saying it. That's interesting. And you've got the Hall family that is also at this property. Looks like you probably have, some related living. So you've got grandchildren there. You've got perhaps a little side house in the back or something that you have another small family living in. And as you scroll across, you see a little bit more about the people's lives. So, it looks like they were from Wisconsin, and their parents were from Ohio and Massachusetts. A little bit further back, you've got a smaller family. You've got England, and you can see, looks like they were working in a laundry. Both of them were employed. That's interesting. And you've got more information over here about whether they can read or write, whether they're homeowners or renters. Looks like this was more of a rental neighborhood. There's a lot of really interesting information there. Now, say that you were looking for a different house number and you got through that block of Lombard and that house number didn't show up. It doesn't mean that it's not there. You keep looking page by page because that person that was doing the enumerating probably went back at a later date. So it might be just individually listed on a different page, or even on the last page of the document. You might see it kind of at the end, like they got done with all their other walking and they went back to collect the ones that they couldn't find at the very end. So don't be discouraged if you don't see them along there with their neighbors. They may be covered elsewhere. So hopefully this helps you get started with the census records. It's a really great way to look into house histories when we don't have access to better records. We like to use the Northwest Room, the Polk City directories, and those have a helpful address index from 1932 on, but if you're looking for something prior to 1932, you really need to go to the census records to see if you can find more information. If you have any questions about this, please feel free to get in touch by email, libnw@everettwa.gov. And I hope you're enjoying this access to Ancestry. Take care.